This is Andy Pure for Boxing News, drawn by Charlie Edwards here in Birmingham. Charlie, before we come on to why we're here in Birmingham, let's start with yourself. Congratulations on your victory this past Friday night. European champion. Just reflect on that night against Thomas Essomba for me, please.
Yeah, it was a great, mixed emotions. It was such a surreal experience. It was crazy, really. The whole fight week, the whole build-up, the back and forward with my brother, having my team, my old team, Steel City in the other corner, my good friend Dalton shouting against me, trying to get him to throw body shots and step to the right, and that'll make it more awkward for me. But you know what? I'm happy because putting a good performance. I was always one step ahead. I outworked him, and I boxed clever. It was a technical fight. He made it a technical fight, but that's my old team trying to bring that side out of me and thinking that I was going to, maybe back in the day, get emotional and try and go for it and do a bit stupid things, where I showed myself that I kept a cool head and I boxed to a comfortable points win, to be honest. We all know Thomas is a tricky fighter. People don't really pick to fight him, really. If I'll go on his box rec, I think I've checked his scorecards and I've actually the one who beat him the most convincingly across the board. So he's always been in close fights, normally only lose by like 1 or 2 rounds, do you know what I mean? So I was happy with it, and it gives me the European title and it puts me in trajectory to go on to World Honours now, and the world is my oyster, you know. I've got options on the table, which is something I didn't have a few years ago, and I'm just happy and I'm buzzing with that.
You saw the T-shirt in the post-fight interview, Mr. Paul Butler. It was a clever move. It was a clever move. Do you think it's clever enough to tempt Mr. Butler to share a ring with yourself?
Mr. Butler, I think he's a proper fighting man, to be honest. He fights, do you know what I mean? Even if if he's on the receding end, he still fights. However, Mr. Joseph Gallagher, on the other hand, the egocentrical wanker, in my honest opinion, no, he won't allow his fighter to fight me because he knows what will happen, and his ego will be on the line, and he won't risk putting his ego on the line. He did wrong by me, in my honest opinion. Did completely wrong by me, and I'm not a dog who just sits down and shuts up. You know, I bite back. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's a personal journey. Like last week was a personal journey of growth for me. This would be a personal journey of growth. And when I've got personal behind it, I perform to another level. And he's a 2-weight world champion. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, he's my mandatory challenger. So if it doesn't happen, what does that say? Joe Gallagher tried to rob the fight on me by pushing the EBU to push the mandatory challenger on Thomas Essomba because it was taking time to make. We got wind of that and didn't allow that to happen. So then the EBU ordered Charlie Edwards versus Thomas Essomba winner must face mandatory challenger Paul Butler. So he's put himself in the firing line. So for such a good manager that he is, he made a shit mistake, didn't he? And he's created this. So if I don't get a world title shot or a bigger fight or something then yes, I want my mandatory challenger. And if he won't allow it, he will have to either pull out or do another thing that another coward, Kal Yafai, did to me, retire and not have the fight. Do you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. But like I said, I've got the options, I've got the chips, and I want world honours. And I could even potentially drop down to super flyweight if the world title shot come up, and we can go straight into it. So I'm chasing legacy now, and then I would move back up and go straight into a bantamweight. So I'm in a good position. I've got Keller and Saulan pushing behind me. Mr. Honda has all the Japanese fighters out there at my weight and has kind of like made the division. So to bring a Westerner over, an Englishman, to fight in Japan is great, isn't it? It's a great story. Imagine me going over there and dethroning a Japanese champion and then going back there and unifying and stuff. So the world is my oyster right now. I've just got to be patient and trust in God's plan and allow things to unfold. And when the opportunities get presented to me, we can sit down and we can pick as a team.
Just on to another name, one which you mentioned earlier, he's retired, Mr. Kal Yafai. You turned up today with a little gift for him. Does it feel like it's unfinished business where we know that it's not going to happen now, but does it just, a part of you feels like it's unfinished?
Yeah, it's unfinished business. Like seeing Edward Yafai on all the billboards and on the thing, it's like, I'm so happy for Sonny because he deserves this fight. And also, like, I respect Gallagher because he's a proper fighter. But it's like, oh, it's the one that got away. Should have been me. Like, I'll be lying if I'd said I didn't want that. Like, do you know what I mean? But we all see what Kal thought he was. He's a coward. He went out the way he went out. He ran off to America, and I'll reiterate this again and again until I'm blue in the face, to fight someone who knocked him out within 1 round or 2 rounds. And then that guy's gone on to lose twice since Kal. So it shows you what he actually was when he was dodging me. He knew I would do the same. He knew his time was done, and he chose to bow out in a coward's way. And he shows even more he's still a coward. Today, Eddie Hearn paid, I was coming anyway, but he's paid my expenses and flights here to come here because he wanted me, Sonny, Galal, me and Kal on the press conference table to promote this fight. Kal refused to have a conversation about the fight, so that's why I got the mic and I asked him outright to him. So how does Galal beat Sonny? And the dumbass answered, and then that was a chance to give him my little gift, which I took out my bag, which I bought at duty free this morning for old time's sake, which was a duck, because he ducked me. So it's all fun and games, you know. I'm here to build Sonny Edwards' fight. I want the most eyes to come here. We're in the Edwards business. We're in the sports entertainment business. Sitting there and not making this fight bigger than it already is ludicrous, you know, because the more people that view it, the bigger the profile, the bigger the outcome of the winner. That's what we're in this game for. Sell the fight, man. And Galal and Sonny have got a lot of respect for each other. Sonny is choosing not to go yet, which is up to him. Maybe if Eddie wants him to sell the fight, he's going to have to pay him a bit more money to sell the fight, you know, which in every right, he's signed to fight. So the fight's the fight. And maybe later on it will heat up a bit. Off the back of all this media, all the press conferences, there's going to be clips flying around. We might get them to bite, you know, but maybe they're not as stupid as they look, because me and Sonny's just been on fire last week, bouncing off each other, bit like promoting. We would have absolutely fucking schooled them on that table today. Do you know what I mean? So maybe they are a bit more clever than I'm actually giving them props for.
Charlie, with this fight itself between Sonny and Galal, obviously a lot has been made about their sparring experiences. I'm sure you've seen them spar previously. We've seen with Sonny, kind of in the past, he was more silky, back foot, technical boxer. Recently, we've seen him kind of stand and trade a little bit more than what we were used to, which is kind of an enigma going into this fight. How does he approach this fight with Galal? What does he have to do to be successful? How does this fight play out? Is it that all-action fight, which we get told about how the sparring experiences were?
I think Sonny Edwards knocks him out within 2.
That's a bold statement. Not to say that it's not possible, but I haven't heard even Sonny say that.
No, I think Sonny can make it a one-sided fight. If Sonny boxes like Showtime Sonny, he will run rings around Yafai. I don't think Yafai's got quick enough feet. He's a bit robust, and I think he'll be hitting fresh air all night. If Sonny tries to have an entertaining fight because he loves the fanfare and make it a fight, I still think he wins, but it's not the fight I would want him to fight. I would want him just to school him. In Britain, if he schooled him and was showing off and doing all like mugging him off and that, everyone would be buzzing. In America, they boo him. But in England, it's different. If Sonny goes in there and whitewashes him, mate, he's going to be like, oh my God, he's a ghost. You know, like when he used to box in that style, like everyone was like, wow, you can't even hit him, he's a ghost, oh my God, like Lemachenko, and it's like, if he does that to Galal, I don't know which Sonny we're going to get because he's got split personalities, but I would like to see him box like that way. And if he does, then I think it will be more of a one-sided fight than people think.
Right, Charlie, I appreciate your time now. I imagine soon he's going to start wrapping up because he's talking to me about going to a Birmingham game. So thank you for speaking to me. Enjoy the rest of your time here in Birmingham. Safe travels home, and I'm sure I'll see you in fight week.
Nice one. Thanks a lot, and I appreciate being on the channel as always.